Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to Ladies' Night. But this is something different, and this is something near, dear, and special to my heart. This is Ladies' Night 2.0. And I don't think anybody is ready for what I'm about to do this whole season. And we're going to start this first episode off with a big bang, which I'm super excited about. First, though, I kind of want to recap season one, right? We did season one of Ladies' Night, and I had the honor of sitting down with over 20 women in the Halo community. I met women from every corner of the Halo community. I met creators, I met cosplayers, I met streamers, I met casters, I met everybody, and I met some incredible people. And what I learned last season was that there are so many different women in the Halo community alone, that there's also so many more in the gaming space that I want to talk about. So I decided that I am going to take my podcast to the next level this year, and we're going to open it up to all titles. So this is my formal invitation, and I'm going to start out this episode with an invitation to all women in gaming. Come be on my show. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. I want to talk about what you like about gaming. I want to talk about what makes you feel powerful when you're in gaming. I want to talk about what makes you upset with gaming. I want to talk about everything in between. And I want to give you a platform to talk about all things being a girl gamer means to you. So if you're out there and you want to be on the show, DM me, at me on Twitter. It's really easy. I'll make a form. I'll even put a form or something out there that everybody can apply with as well. But apply. I want to see all of you. So last season we did 20 women, over 20 women, and it was featured on the HCS community calendar 4 times. And we're starting off this season 2.0, with an HCS feature on the community calendar and drops. And we're gonna have like eight. Oh, I just hit my horns. Sorry. And we're gonna have about 8 different women on the show today. One might not be able to make it, but she might be here. We're hoping for the best. And we have so many fun things to talk about today. And drops. Let's talk about drops first, right? So we have drops today. I want to say thank you to HCS for the drops. HCS today gave us the Primal Glory coding. So if you watch for 2 hours today, then you will be eligible for this drop. And let's say hypothetically you don't get the 2 hours today, don't worry about it. Next episode I will have, hopefully we'll have the same drop, and we'll be able to add to that progress, and you can still get it. So that is one thing fun that we have going on today. And something else that we have going on today that is really fun is, again, 8 different women. We have 8 different women that are going to be on the show today. So I'm going to talk about both of these groups really quick before I bring them out. Group number 1, I'm going to have some very special ladies who are all very near and dear to me. And I think over the last year, I've I've gotten closer with these women, and they've really all inspired me in their one way, shape, or form. So the reason why I asked them all to be here today specifically is because with a 2.0 kickoff, I need some badass guests for 2.0. So we're gonna have Sarvanah, and if you all know Sar, I love Sar to death. That's my duo. She's a returning guest. She was actually on the very first episode of Ladies' Night that I ever did. And it's only proper that I bring her back for the season 2 and the revamp. She's my duo. She's a creator for the org Forsaken, which is ran by Freezy. Shout out to Freezy and all the Forsaken fam that I know. There's so many of them. V Sweetheart, Boa the Goddess, Jarrell runs with them. Walmart runs with them. I know I'm forgetting so many people who run with Forsaken, because honestly, they're a cool little collective that I encourage everybody to check out. So Sarvanah is on this really cool org, Forsaken. She's on the show today. Then I have Jay Niners. Jay Niners has never been on my show before, and I'm very excited to have her on today. She is like the most positive person, aside from like her and Sar equally are the most positive people I've ever met, and their attitude is contagious. And Jay is like the passion pit hype woman. And something that really impressed me with Jay was at Worlds, she made it a point to be behind almost every single woman that was competing and was cheering them on, taking photos of them, getting video of them, and making sure that someone was there cheering them on. And I think that is so cool. So I really wanted to bring her on today. First time guest, Passion Pit hype woman. She's a gardener in her spare time and she does martial arts. So Jay Niners will be another guest on the show. Then we're going to have DayQuill. A lot of you, DayQuill is like a community favorite. We all love DayQuill. If you're not a DayQuill lover, what are you doing? Who doesn't love the Sass Queen? Who does not love the Sass Queen? So we are going to have DayQuill on the show today. And DayQuill has a lot of history in Halo that I think is really admirable, not only for herself, but also now she is an org owner, and she is actually the first woman org owner to make it to HCS Worlds, and she did it very quickly. She did it like that. She did it in a matter of 2 events. So we got to give her a round of applause and give her flowers because that was history made, right? And we all got to see that. So DayQuill is going to be another person who is in group number 1. And the last guest, but certainly not least in group number 1, is going to be Miss Aimee Saturne. Aimee is someone that I first met when I came into the Halo space, and I thought Aimee was the coolest person ever. Aimee is a very uplifting and just a very happy, bubbly person. You can't help but talk to Aimee and be in a good mood. Not only is Aimee a content creator in the Halo space, Aimee is also a singer and she's a songwriter, and Aimee models, and she does so many other fun things that I think are just so cool that round her out as an awesome person and why she was asked specifically to be on the show today. So that is going to be group number 1, and then group number 2 is going to be the Women of Halo Executive Board. We're going to kind of talk about a little bit that we talked about on the panel at Worlds. If you missed it, you can do Command Girly Spark in the chat. It will pop up. But we'll talk about all of that with them later. So I want everybody to kind of give me a very warm welcome, and I want you to welcome the first round of guests to Ladies Night 2.0. So let's bring them all up here, and let's just kind of see how everyone is doing. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Holy crap, there's beautiful women everywhere on my screen right now. I don't know what to do with myself. This is awesome. So, first things first, how's everyone doing?
So good.
Great.
Super good.
Fantastic.
How Freya making a special appearance?
She's got her bone. Yeah.
she's excited. She's like, "Hey, it's girls' night. I'm coming."
Yeah. She's a girl.
This is my favorite moment so far.
This. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That.
Top-
They're gonna
that.
see that throughout the
whole time.
That's
Love to see
that's
it.
great though. I love animals, so I'm not even mad about it at all. I just kind of want to go around the table here first. Aimee, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I love the red hair. I'm very excited to have you
you.
on. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. Seriously, I really appreciate it, and I could not be happier to be surrounded by all you beautiful ladies.
Honestly, I'm low key kind of oohing. Is that what you like? Ooh, just because there's like so like I don't even know what to do with myself right now because there's just like I'm surrounded by hot babes all day.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
I just
Hotties
don't even know.
everywhere.
I don't even know what to do. I'm so excited, but I'm very excited to have you on. I want to talk to you really quickly about your music because I think that's really cool. And I remember when I first found out that you were an artist, I like showed you know Womp, you've met Womp, and if you
Yes.
guys don't know Womp, Womp is my partner. He's a drummer, he's also a musician. We all love Womp. Command Daddy in chat, that is for him. Not me. But I showed him your music and I think that your music is really cool. How long have you been like making music for?
I appreciate that so much. No, I've been a musician since I was 14 years old, and I won't date myself, but let's just say it's been a very long time. I finally got a production contract back in 2019, the end of 2019, and I've been making music ever since. Kind of had small lull this past year and a half, but as of yesterday, I'm back in the studio, and 2025 is looking good, dog.
Well, this is actually going to be a fun question for all of us just because we're talking about music here. So like I want to know who everybody's like girl pop idol was. Like were you a Christina Aguilera or a Britney girly?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Brittany
Christina.
shaped
I
me.
was Christina.
Christina.
I was Christina.
I was
Yes,
my
let's
my
go.
I'm
I mean,
about to like sell myself out here, but my
okay.
name is Christina, so I was definitely an ex Tina baddie.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But I love Britney. I've been listening to a lot of Britney lately. So
Oh, yeah.
Amy is do you because when I listen to your music, it reminds me of very like pop girly. So I wanted to ask, like, is like Britney Spears or like maybe like Kesha, Chapel Roan, maybe like are any of these your influences? Because I kind of feel like you're just it's great. I love it.
Oh, I appreciate it. No, Brittany, I grew up on Brittany. I like Christina too, I'm not gonna lie. I liked her kind of like gritty
Mhm.
edge to her. But as far as pop music and everything like that goes, like Brittany was always like, even being so young when she was like breaking out, like 18, that whole record that she was kind of like the bad girl, like big sex symbol. Like even then I was like, I kind of really wanted to like emulate that in my own career. And so like, I mean, lyrically, sonically, I'm sure you can kind of hear that. Like my lyrics aren't exactly innocent or anything like that, but she definitely influenced me a lot. Um, and Kesha, I do love Kesha. One of my producers is actually her guitarist when she's on tour, a good friend of
Ooh,
hers.
I love Kesha.
So and her MD. So yeah, not to like drop names, but flowers where they're due. I really admire him for
That's
that.
incredible. That's so cool. That's super cool. So, do you think that music has kind of made you more interested in content creation, or like was the interest with video games first? Like, where did it come from?
So I've been playing games before I've been singing, but I do remember music has always been in my life. So I used to listen to music and play games, like most of us do. I mean, we still do. So it kind of started like gaming, but with content creation, my music definitely came first because I have this like rags to riches kind of story. Not that I'm like, but I had to do everything myself growing up. All of my albums, like I was even producing my own music for a very long time from the ground up. So everything I had to
That's
learn how to
so
do, I
clean.
had to do it all by myself. And only recently have I been able to kind of pass the torch to some of those things to other people. But it's still embedded in me. It's still in my blood. And I'm of the volition, like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done right.
Oh, I
So,
understand that. I
you
understand
know,
that.
but yeah, content creation absolutely started with music, but it kind of trickled down into now Halo and things like that. So.
So you said that you started learning things by yourself and kind of working on the ground up, which is going to lead me into Dayquil because I believe that kind of correlates with some of the things that Dayquil has done because Dayquil, I know that you have worked with orgs in the past, right? We've worked with Bittersweet, you've worked with Dark and or there's so many Dark Insides, Darkest Hour. Jeez, there's so many Dark Insides, Dark Insides, Dead Insides. I'm so confused, but you worked with Darkest Hour in the past, and now you have your own, which was formerly Dead Inside, but now is Dark Inside. So, well, what kind of led you to wanting to start from a creator to jumping into owning an org and kind of getting that started?
Yeah, so I started playing Halo back in high school. I played Halo 3, and then I took a 10-year break because my Xbox got the three rings of death. I did the
Oh
reheat
no.
thing, and she came back to life. But when I went to college, I lived in Vermont for a very long time, and I just didn't play video games. And then when I was like, I will age myself. When I was like 28, I was like, I'll just start playing Halo 3. And then I met Dolo. And
Shout out
Oh,
Dolo.
shout
Oh,
out
Shout out Dolo.
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 Do you,
We
do
all
you
we
want
all love Dolo.
do you want to
Yes.
hear the
Great
story of
guy.
how Dolo and I met?
I actually would
Yes.
love to hear the story of
Yes.
how you and Dolo
Okay.
met.
So I like was very new to Twitch. It was during COVID, like maybe right before COVID. And
I just almost
Dolo
spilt my pop for the second time. If you guys
not
just
the
saw me
second
panic, I'm so
time.
sorry.
So Dolo, I like was watching streams and I saw him in Elegance stream. She's like a good Halo 3 streamer, and I was like, I want to follow the ladies and support the ladies. And I was watching her stream and Dolo was in there. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is so fun to watch. And then I was playing one night and my friend left and they were like, but I have someone you can play with. And I was like, oh, cool. Like have him come to the lobby. And it was Dolo. And he was like, I don't have a mic.
I don't have a mic. First things
Yes,
first, I don't have a mic.
I don't have a mic. And I was like, no, I saw
What
you
an
in Elegance's
entrance.
stream, and I know you have a mic. And that is the first moment of sass between me and Dolo. So Dolo and I have been friends since Halo 3. Like we played all throughout Halo 3 when Infinite came out. Like we were always together, always playing. Definitely I can say he's my best friend. Like I
So that's something though that I can appreciate about you is that I think that you're sassy, but you're sassy in like a good way. It's not like a oh my gosh, she's kind of bitchy or anything like that. Like
mm-mm.
it's like sassy where it's like you have a mic, Dolo. Put your mic on. Who do you
Yeah,
think you're
I was
messing with?
literally like, put your mic on. Like it's fine. We're just gonna play Halo 3. And so Dolo and I just played together all throughout. So then fast forward, like Halo Infinite came out. I was like always just I was so excited when the game got announced. And I remember sitting on the phone with Dolo as the game's downloading. And we're both like
Oh,
downloading
that's
on the
honestly
phone.
so
And
cool.
and then we like got on and played together. And it was AR starts, and I was horrible with an AR. I've always have been. And then so yeah, I started streaming a lot during COVID, and I really like caught like the feelings for like the competitive scene of Halo and how much can be done within the industry for competitive Halo. And I joined Darkest Hour. That was my first org. It was with Greg. Love Greg. Shout out Darkest Hour. Um, Greg wanted, I remember meeting Greg. We were in like a Discord call, and he was like, "Oh, I'm the owner of Darkest Hour." And I was like, "Oh, there's like a ladies series coming up. Like, you should sponsor a ladies team to compete." And he was like, "Brilliant. Yes, please. Like, let's make it happen." And then he was like making his decisions on who he wanted to like support for that tournament. And he hit me up and he was like, "You want to be Darkest Hour for this?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's
Absolutely.
sick." So then I was a content creator for Darkest Hour for, I would say, about a year. And then it was the end of last season. And, obviously, like everything, all good things come to an end. And so Greg and I just came to the mutual agreement, like, let's meet up next year. Let's see where we're all standing. And then I got onto Bittersweet as the operations manager. And I saw like a lot more of the backhand of like owning an org and like how much goes into it. And then fast forward to Salt Lake City. It was right before Salt Lake City, and Piggy and team, shout out them, love Ezo, love Descendant, on board Piggy, and the coach Laz, hands down best coach in HCS. But I like knew that they needed support for getting to Salt Lake City, and I was like, now is my time to shine. Like I can make this happen, and we did. So
You did.
I don't know how. I don't know. It was like probably the most stressful like 2 weeks of my life right before Salt Lake City. And then you get back from Salt Lake City after they competed and played so well. And then like you get home and you're like, oh, now I have to do X, Y, and Z and like soup to nut this. And like it's just such a process. Like, and there's so much that goes on like behind the scenes as like an org owner, especially when you're a small org owner. So shout out to all like the small org owners because most of the time you're doing it by yourself. And then you have your friends come in, like Jarrell. He hit me up when I was streaming and he was like, I love your logo and I want to create that jersey. And I was like, do it. And then I woke up that morning and he had sent me the jersey design and I was like, what? Like, say
Oh
less. Like,
my
let's make that
god.
happen. Like it was literally like within 4 hours, Jarrell had done this, and created something that was completely epic. So I can't even thank like all of my friends, like all the people that came out from the community and supported us, like and then getting to Worlds, like that was crazy. Like I never expected that to happen. Like I did expect it to happen during the last chance qualifier, but I didn't like expect to be like, "Oh, like you're the first female org owner in HCS to make it to Worlds." And I was like, oh, like I mean like I signed up for it, but like I didn't expect that. So it's just been a really long journey in a short amount of time. But I've learned so much. And also shout out Sin because she's been amazing to me and like calm me down when I'm a little stressed out or overly anxious, but also like
Oh.
help me create like the Twitter banner you see, that's from Sin. So
No,
huge
but
shout out from
honestly
Sin.
though, shout out to I believe it's Jarrell, right? Who
Yes.
Jarrell made the dark inside and all that. So that was like all I did was copy and paste and put it on something to put it on there, honestly. But I do appreciate that. Something though too, Dayquil, you've been in Halo, like you've been playing Halo for a while. You also competed. So like that's what I think is also like really interesting is a lot of like there are some org owners, right, who have competed and things like that. But I don't think that there's any org owners that have competed as of recently or as of as of recently as you, which I or in Infinite, I should say. I don't think that there's any any org owners who have competed in Infinite, unless it was like a side, like a side, or something. So I think that that's really cool because you've done LAN and you've done online events, so you kind of have experience in both. So do you think that that kind of helps with like some of the choices that you make and stuff? Just because I feel like, like in my head, I feel like that would mean that I would want someone like you to make the decisions for me if I was a player, because you are used to making those decisions as a player yourself. So I feel like who is better to advocate for the player than the player?
Yeah, so I can honestly say like I've competed in all of the ladies tourneys that I can make it to because those are my favorite tourneys. Shout out Women of Halo, like big big heart for Women of Halo and what they're doing for all of us. Competing in any tournament can be super stressful. Finding a team that has good vibes, finding a team that like gels well and is like willing to to grow together and adapt quickly. And that's really what I saw with like the Dark Inside roster is they they'd only played together for like 3 weeks before Salt Lake City, and they adapted, they grew, they adjusted, they learned, they every aspect of it. And like I have to say my favorite moment of Salt Lake City was at team dinner. We were all sitting down at dinner and they were all like talking about like why they like appreciate each other and why they value each
Oh,
other and like why they'll go to war for each other. Like they want to win as a team, but they want to win for each other. And I think that that was like a really that was I wrote it down as like my I always write down like my favorite moments from different
yeah.
events, and that was
Oh,
at the
That's
top of the
cute.
list for me. Like I was like this is so cool to sit down and listen to these guys speak about each other in such a high level, and like how much they just like respect and love and care and like want to win together and they want to win for their teammates. And I think that that's something that like a lot of teams don't have, is that like, and it granted I don't know because I'm not like homies with all the HCS players, but like they wanted to win for their teammates, not just to win. And I think that
Yeah.
that was really like significant for
That's
them.
kind of a new competitive edge too, right? That's what I always try to tell people is when you, especially like when you give people a chance who really believe in not just themselves, but they believe in the vision as a whole of succeeding with who's around them. It's truly something special. And you're helping make that happen, which I think is even cooler because not only are you like I would assume that like maybe owning an org has been like a dream of yours. So not only are you kind of doing your dream, but in the process of doing your dream, you're able to help others, which I think is really, really cool. Which I'm going to go into Jay now because I know that Jay, if she wants to talk about it, she can. If not, she doesn't have to. But she has a career in real life that is very helpful towards others. And that was something that drawn me to Jay as a person, because I think that you cannot teach kindness and you cannot teach people to be willing to be selfless or want to just kind of help others. And I think that Jay is someone who does that. Jay is you are the most, I don't know how to explain it, but like when I like meeting you at Worlds and when I hung around you at Worlds and the first time that we talked on the phone, I felt like I could have talked to you for hours. You are so like down to earth and just an overall joy that like I'm anybody is lucky to know you. Like anybody is lucky to know you for one.
Thank
Husband,
you.
very lucky, by the way. Very, very lucky. But
Hashtag babe.
Jay, yeah, then she said that's right. Great guy. Make sure that we're all buckled up in the car. I love that man.
yes.
Like
Oh my gosh.
incredible. He literally was like, "You all need to buckle up before I move the vehicle." And I was like, "You know what? I will buckle up right now." I was very like I thought that was really cool. Like it's not often
Yeah.
though that you run into people that when you travel and stuff that not only care about themselves, but they genuinely care about the people around them. And I feel like that is how you are. All the whole entire event, I feel like you were just hyping everybody else up. But the thing that was so cool about it was with watching you at the event that I really liked was I could tell that you enjoyed hyping other people up, and it wasn't like a chore to you, if that makes sense. Like that was fun for you. That's what you wanted to do at Worlds, was to go there and celebrate other people, which I thought was really, really cool. So I want to know from you what what has like what has brought you to kind of want to be that hype person, I guess, for the women in the Halo scene? Like, what made you want to be the hype girl and stuff like that?
Man, that's a really deep question. So just to kind of like preface, I would say that my childhood, I went through a lot of adversities in life. Someone who grew up in like the foster care system. I went through a lot as a little kid, and then eventually, after I was adopted with some family, um, I grew up in a very strict Latin household, and it was very much a lot of like gender roles of like you have to do these certain things and you can't play video games and you can't do this, and that was really difficult for me growing up. So I felt like when you have a lot of like opposition and barriers in life, either so unfortunately some people break and they lose themselves, and then some people have to rise up, and I think that's what I've chosen to do. And so I eventually ended up working in social work. And my biggest passion and my goal in life really is to eventually be able to have like a nonprofit or help other people. I've worked with low income families and homeless households and individuals for about 3 years. Currently in school for like sociology and social work. And I worked as a case manager during the pandemic, and that was really difficult too. That made me step it up even more. And I realized how important it is for people just to have someone who genuinely cares about them. I learned that I'm a sucker for growth. I love seeing growth, and I love being able to help
Mhm.
people. And taking that with my love for gaming, because I've been gaming for so long, it just like made sense when I realized I'm not the only girl out there, but there isn't a lot of us, but there are. And I think if I can just like hype more women up, then maybe I can get, more girls to be in the scene. And so that combined with like my history kind of went really well. And I was just like, yeah, no, like, social movements, they happen from the tiniest things that you don't realize. And I'm like, I'm a social worker. I love social movements, and I'm a gamer. Like, and women are just not seen enough. And so, man, I get fired up. It's something I'm really passionate about. When I
I
see
love
the girls
that though.
playing, oh man, like y'all
You
don't
she was no,
understand.
I'm so you were taking videos and stuff of everyone. Like, I'm so serious. Like, me and Sar sat down and there was two people behind me that were loud as hell. You want to know who they were? They were Jay and my boyfriend, loudest people behind us. Every single time we played.
I am
Every
loud.
single time. Honestly, Jay was probably louder than Womp half the time. And yeah, that's totally fine. Like, that's totally fine. Womp was recording and Jay was our hype woman. And I thought that was so freaking cool because uh like I know like me and Star go into it the same. Like, every time we do an event we go into it, we know that we're not probably the best players there. We know that we probably won't win, but we go into it to have fun. So
Yeah.
just to go into it and like have someone screaming behind us was like, for me, felt really cool. I don't know, Star, how did that feel for you? Because that felt cool.
Oh,
I was like, no
amazing.
way. I was like, no way. I was like, these people are cheering for us. So that was like
Yes.
that. You made my worlds so awesome. Like, that's for sure. And it's cool
I
because
love seeing it.
last year, DayQuill was one of the first people that I met, and she made my worlds incredible. And you made my world, well, everyone makes my worlds incredible. But like this year, like, I had a bunch of special moments. And you know what? My other special moment that never happens is that me and Aimee always run into each other. We ooh-woo over each other for about 20 minutes, and then we disappear, and then we ooh-woo the next day, and we never take a photo.
That's
But
our
we
Oh
CrossFit
no.
pair. For some
like
reason, we just like that's our thing. You never see us in the same room. That's because, I mean,
it's like
hey,
I don't understand. Like, me and Aimee just see each other and we like love on each other for a second, then we just like
yeah,
frolic away.
we're like, oh
And
my god, we freak out, and then we just
uh, so I don't know, it's just really cool. So Jay, when did you also play Halo for like school, don't you?
Yeah, so when I decided to go back to college, because first gen student, and I was like, yo, I want to go to college, but is there people in here that play games? And at the time, I was super into Apex. That was my main game. I was playing it since like beta, and I think I was like playing for like 14 seasons. And I was like, who plays Apex? And they were like, we don't have a roster for Apex, but we are starting one for Halo because Infinite had just dropped. And I was like, okay, I did play Halo 2 when I was a kid. So let me see if I could pick this up real quick. And then since then, I've been competing for Utah State. Ooh, go Aggies.
Woo!
Uh, Utah State University. I've been competing in the collegiate team there, playing in JV. And then last semester, I had the cool opportunity to help be a part of starting an all women's team. And that
Let's
has never
go.
happened for, Halo in our school. So I have the chance now to be captain of one of our junior varsity teams.
Let's go.
But like Utah State and Halo are perfect because like we placed third, our varsity placed third in the nation.
You know who else
So
is in
like,
Utah?
oh yeah.
SSG.
Oh yeah, baby. And you know
Sar
what?
knew.
Oh yeah, I was muted.
SSG, I love them. You know what they did?
They're the
Tell
best.
us.
Fan
We
over
started our
here.
own we started our own like collegiate league for all the universities in Utah. And
Mhm.
SSG actually was the ones who supported that whole thing. And they were the
Yo.
ones who gifted those like really nice like blanket hoodies.
Oh
Limited
yeah.
edition
I have
blanket
one on my
hoodies.
bed. That's my favorite SSG
I
merch
I
item.
They
I have
gave the
I have
winning
2 of them.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see? Okay. Everybody
They
except
gave
for
the
the blanket
winning
hoodie.
team blanket hoodies.
That's so
And then
cool.
Amazing.
word around the street is they may be helping to support our LAN event this year.
Oh,
At
that's
the end of
so
Wow.
this
cool.
semester. So SSG has been like right there helping the collegiate players, and I freaking love them. That's why I'm such a big SSG fan
Yeah.
because I'm like, y'all really
Yes.
stepped up where you didn't really see that happening anywhere else. So
Besides,
I love it.
so
Right.
I'm gonna ask everyone because DayQuill, you're not allowed to say Dark Inside because I know that that's your answer. But I want to know who's everyone's favorite like HCS team that you support.
SSG.
Okay.
Aimee is torn. Listen,
Yeah,
I know
Sin
Aimee
already knows what I'm about to say
Aimee
about
is
this.
torn to pieces right now.
I am absolutely in tatters over this, okay? I am a Lucid fan and a Lucid fan only, however, I loved SSG. I loved them when they were still on Cloud9. Those boys were on Cloud9 in 22, right? I
Yeah.
loved them then, but then I saw Lucid's face and I immediately became an Optic fan, right? It helps that they were a great team. It helps that they
It
were
was
a
the
great
hair
team.
for me
It
personally.
was
I
the hair, it's the
saw his hair and I was like,
jawline.
wow.
It's the charisma. It's a package. He's got the whole package, right? He kind of became the superstar. But like now there's been rumors and I love SSG, right? I
She-
always have.
He's so
But
torn.
I don't even know where I'm gonna like go with the end of this sentence, honestly, right now, because it's like I want to be like yes, but then like I can't in good conscience follow Lucid somewhere else because Lucid is Optic to me, and
Oh,
I
I
was an
see, I
Optic
see.
fan, right? And I'll always be a Lucid fan. Don't get me wrong, but we've moseyed on over to SSG a little bit more lately.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm rooting for SSG, and it was
I
very
think Sar is
confusing
torn
Championship
too.
Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you know I'm torn.
Sar is definitely torn too.
I'm
Sar's-
always torn 2 ways, and it's Sentinels and SSG. But
Sin.
org wise, SSG 100%.
yeah,
Players,
I definitely think
yeah.
SSG gives kind of like a special. They just give a special feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm sure that like if you all have been in the Halo community or around Halo, you know that SSG they just give you a feeling of home. I don't know how to explain it besides like when you see them or when you're around them. The crew, the players, the team, like they're just so nice, I feel like. They're just so
Yeah.
nice.
They're a
Amazing.
very warm organization, and I feel like they
Exactly.
really focus a lot on not just the pro side of things, but the
People.
creators and like the fans. And
Oh,
I really
absolutely.
admire that about SSG. Like, seldom do I see other organizations be as involved with their community the way SSG is. So I will give them
Yeah.
flowers for that, absolutely.
100%. Especially
I-
in Halo. You know, like we need this in Halo. We need an org like SSG
Yep,
in Halo.
Absolutely.
I agree with that too. Sar, I want to ask at Worlds, what do you think was your favorite moment at Worlds?
You and me in our duo tournament in the first series where we dominated.
We did.
It
I don't know how
was
it happened.
amazing. We were
Me-
just
me
having
and
the best
Sar,
freaking time.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that we had I have it all on video. I'm gonna make it into a vlog for everybody to watch, but I definitely think that that was probably one of my favorite memories at Worlds 2 was doing that just because I had a goal for myself this year, which I know that you know, but I don't know if everybody else knows. I had a goal to do a tournament this year and just not get first rounded. It could have been anything. At first, it started as free for all, but then I was like, screw it. I just want to not get first rounded in one tournament. I've only been playing an FPS game for 2 years now. I've only been playing Halo Infinite for like a year and a half. Why not? Why not me? If everybody else can do it, I can do it, right? So that was like my goal. So me and Sar did the duo tournament and we made it to round 2. So we reached that
Yay.
goal. So something that was so special to me was that I got to do that with you and we kind of got closer over the last year. We got to compete,
Yeah.
and then we had Jay right behind us the
That's
whole time. Dude, Jay was
amazing.
just like screaming, and I was like,
I was going for it.
I
that
mean,
was so
we
cool.
feel that energy. Like it really fuels you. Like
I know what
you know
they mean
people
now.
cheering like that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I get what they mean now. Like when they
It's
say your
just like
name,
I
like
get it.
yeah, like I do. Like I was like screaming, and I barked at this guy. I feel so bad
She
for him,
barked,
dude.
yes.
I
Dude,
barked.
that was so
I
funny.
I barked at him so loud. I was like, "I'm a dog, bark, bark," and barked at him. And like he shook his head, and then we were done, and I walked over to Womp, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this what feeling like a man feels like?" Because I'm fucking amped. Oh, I said the F word before everybody else. But see, like
Well,
I was
I
so
can't believe
amped.
you said it before me. Oh my
I
god.
know, I definitely did it. I was like, yeah, it is. Frizilla said totally on brand, which also shout out to Frizilla. Frizilla is the producer and Kaiju Productions for today, so he's in our ears, letting us all know what's going on, which is cool. I want to ask everybody too, what is all of your favorite Halos? Like,
ooh,
what's your
Halo
favorite?
3.
Okay,
Halo 3 and Halo Infinite. So
the
starting on
whole
Halo.
chat just the whole chat just fell in love with Dayquil the second she said Halo 3.
Well, Halo 3 was my first Halo. Like I said earlier, like I played it in high school and then I took like a 10-year break and when I like saw it was during Christmas time and I saw like a
Oh.
Halo 3 Xbox bundle and I was like, Merry Christmas to me. I'm gonna
I
do
love
it. I
that.
haven't played in forever. And so like Halo 3 always had like a warm spot in my soul. Like always. Like I used to just like play it all the time with my high school sweetheart and just stopped playing when I went to college and then fast forward, here I am playing Halo 3 again. But honestly, Halo Infinite has a warm place in my heart too because that's my first like advanced movement and equipment Halo that I had to really get used to. Like having a sprint button coming from Halo 3, I was like,
Yeah.
what? No, I don't need to sprint. No, it's fine. Like I promise I don't need to. And yeah, you do need to sprint sometimes. Or all the time if you're me. But yeah, the equipment stuff I'm still learning, but yeah, Halo 3 and Halo Infinite have to be like two of my favorites.
Yeah. What about you, Jay?
So Halo 2 was my first Halo, but I didn't really get to play it like competitively. I just played it at home with like family and cousins and stuff. I'd say it was Infinite though, and mostly because of the community, the people, the friends that I've made. Shout out to my duo, Hello Hannah. I know she's in here.
She was. Shout
Man,
out to Hello Hannah.
yo, I love her, and man, Infinite just brought so many people into my life. Kino, like these are people that I see now as like
Shout out
family.
to Kino too. Kino was also at Worlds. Kino
Yeah,
actually ran up to I don't remember, it was me and Sar or me and someone were
yeah.
standing over and she was like, Jay's about to play. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming to tell me. And I like ran over there because there was like so much going on. She like ran up there. But she was in a lobby with Womp, and I'll tell you what, no offense, Womp, but Kino gave you a run for your money. That's all I'm
Yes,
saying.
That's right.
sir.
Let's go.
That's
That's
all I'm
right.
saying. That is all I'm saying. Shout
No,
out to
that's my girl right
Kino.
there.
Kino
Yeah,
is
she be
cracked.
streaming. She is cracked. She be streaming all the time. She's such a beautiful person. And like that's why I think Infinite's my favorite. I've just met so many dope people. You, Sin, freaking Sar, like all of you ladies are just so awesome. And like, man, Infinite has done but I'm looking forward to the future.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
Sar. Wait. Well, Sars is gonna be infinite because that was what we both started on.
First
So
Halo.
yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be and then Aimee. I don't know what your favorite Halo is though.
I'm the weirdo of the group, right? So
Are
even
you
though
about to
I
say
grew
Halo
up,
4?
I am. Even though I grew up playing from CE on, right? I granted I was that was later. Like I started CE later. I'm not that old, but um I found Halo 4, like, that kind of found me, like, at a time where I really, like, I was into Halo, but I wasn't, like, as obsessed with Halo as I am now, but then, Halo 4 had everything for me. It had kind of, like, the storyline, because I was a big campaign girly, first and foremost. So it kind of had this, like, thing, Cortana and Chief. It really got deep, hit me in the feels. I really loved the sort of, like, the linear gameplay. Like, I just loved everything about that, and I was not much of a multiplayer player at all, really. So really what grabbed me then was Halo 4. That's kind of my baby, but at the same time I have to say that Halo Infinite, much like you guys, has kind of just put me in a spot in life that, like, it's brought so much good into my life. It's brought so many opportunities. It's put me, I mean, here right now with you guys. So I have
You put yourself here though too. I want to make that clear. Because I know that a lot of us credit, Halo to a lot of things too, which I'm not saying we shouldn't credit Halo to these things, but I want to make sure that all of you know that the reason why you're here today is not just because of Halo. You're here today because you all have done significant things in the women's space that I think needs to be highlighted. And I think that you all are outstanding women and individuals that deserve to, like, you all need to be recognized. That's so I love Halo. I'm not saying it's not because of Halo. We love Halo. Halo did bring us all
Halo
here, but
helped.
Halo helped, but all I'm saying is, bitch, you badass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, like, you all got yourselves here,
Yeah.
I
for
love
sure.
that.
And can I say something about Halo that I've
Yeah.
never actually shared this. So before,
Ooh,
so
the
I always
SAR tea.
I
We're
liked
getting
video games,
it's like
but
SAR lore. No one
God.
knows. I'm like on the edge of my seat. Yes, tell us a secret, SAR.
Everyone sits up a little bit.
so I always liked video games, but I never found anything that I was really passionate about. Like, I mean, I would play Assassin's Creed and stuff like that, and it was fun. But I have this is kind of personal, but I've struggled with depression for a long time, and Halo would literally get me out of bed in the morning, and like I would wake up before work. Never ever done that in my life because I was like a kid, like waking up Christmas morning or something just to play Halo. Never had anything like that in my life. So Halo is really special to me.
Yeah, that's cool too, right? Because I feel like on top of Halo being, I feel like a lot of people are so quick to kind of write off not even just Halo, just video games, right? I feel like people are kind of quick to be like, "Oh, it's just a video game. It's just a video game. Like it's
Never.
not serious. You're just playing video games or something like that." And it's like, "No, like there's like I've met a lot of people who like how you just shared like there's a specific video game or a specific character, a title that really brings it all in. You know what I'm meaning? So, oh, we're all throwing up hearts. I'm going to do it too. But there's
You're
like
making me emotional.
all
No.
well, there's all like,
Sorry.
like certain games and stuff that I think have like brought people closer. And I think that that's not highlighted enough just because I do think that people, there's still a stigma with video games, right? And like,
Mm.
not only with like, oh, you play video games, you're immature or something like that, but then there's also like, oh, you're a woman who plays video games. Like, I feel like that's kind of another thing that sometimes that we have to deal with that people don't really think about too often. So I'm just gonna we don't have to go into detail here, but like, have you all at all? We're just gonna raise your hand if it's happened. Have you ever been in a lobby and someone has just been mean to you just because you're a girl?
Yes.
Do you know how many times I've been told to go make somebody a damn sandwich?
Listen,
Like,
and men, I'm not trying to hoe on you right now. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna pick up my mic. This is serious. Go make me a sandwich is the oldest one in the damn book. If you're going to insult us in lobbies, hear me out. If you're gonna insult us in lobbies, I'm going to need you to make something better. Okay? Because I don't even make myself a damn sandwich. I'm gonna order it for one. What makes you think I'm gonna make you one? Just being real. Okay? So all I'm saying is, in the words of DayQuill, this is the funniest thing anybody has ever said. The next time any of you tell us to go make you a sandwich, I'm going to tell you to go do something manly, like build me a fucking castle.
yeah.
I
No.
Okay?
Nice.
I did say that. I
Nice.
did.
That's what I'm going to say.
I said build me a fucking house.
F-bombs everywhere. It's fine. It's fine. But that's all I'm saying is that's what I'm going to say. I thought that was like the funniest thing that I've ever heard anybody say. When you said that, I was like, holy crap. But that
That's a
it
good
does
one.
happen, right? So I think that when I think it's cool that even knowing that you've had to deal with that before, Sar, that Halo still gave you joy, and you still logged on the game. I think that's really important to highlight too, especially because I think that now there's kind of like a lot of hate going around online with Halo, right? Everyone's seen it. We're not going to go too much into detail about it, but everyone has seen it online and stuff like that. And I think that now more than ever, we need to kind of highlight the good things with Halo and let people know that there still is good out there, not just for us and for the community, but also for the developers, right? Like, and all the people who work at now Halo Studios, which we're going to get into in 1 second, but for them too, because I feel like that has to be hard to read all that stuff.
Yep.
Like I feel like that has to be like so hard. Like I've seen some crazy things and like people are kind of mean. So that's all we'll like
Yeah.
kind of like say on that. But going into like Halo Studios, all of us were at Worlds. All of us saw 343 Industries for the last time ever on camera and on TV, and we saw it flip. I want to know how you all felt in that moment.
Low key, we saw a funeral.
Amazing.
She said we saw a funeral. Did you hear
We
her?
were all at a
yeah.
funeral. Low key, we didn't know. We were
We
all
didn't
sitting at a
know,
freaking
but
funeral.
We did not know.
Our condolences to
I could
343.
not control the oh shit that left my body when that happened. Pardon my French, but I couldn't. Like, it literally, I gasped, and then I was like, holy shit. I was like, what? Because I wasn't sure if it was like a new studio or if 343 was just cooked, But apparently it was GG's. It was GG's.
Yeah. That was when we saw it, and then when they like flipped it and I realized what happened, I looked at Sar and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, dude, we just saw like this is never gonna happen again. Like we just saw like history. I couldn't believe it. And then when it switched at the venue, like I feel like the mood in the venue was as PD
It
would
was
say.
changed.
Yeah, wasn't it?
There was hope. There's hope.
Electric.
That
It was
part,
electric.
there was hope. You could
There,
feel the
I
hope.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. You
I
can feel the
literally-
hope.
The
I was
collective
sitting-
crowd noise was
like
gave
the
me
gasping
chills.
of the crowd. Like I feel like I was
Yeah.
sitting there and I was like, what am I watching? And then I was like, oh shit, like this
Yeah.
is dope.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
did not expect this, and like everything that they did was just so epic, and like it,
Yeah.
like the vibe, like when it's different, like watching it at home than being there on land, because like you can feel like the vibrations, like when they're like
The energy.
like the energy,
shown.
like you're not even just feeling vibrations from like the video that's being shown and like how loud and strong the bass is, but you're feeling vibrations from the entire community, and we're all just like, I just remember sitting there like,
of the
what the hell
video,
is that?
I'm pretty sure that I gave for Zilla, if you can hear me, I think there's a video link to it in there, or just a like renders. If you want to pull those up and we can talk about them, like look at these renders. Let's talk about them. When they this one specifically, when they pulled it up and the energy sword went out, I straight up had tears. I had tears in my eyes.
I have goosebumps thinking about it.
It was the way that the like flame like went across, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
And when we saw like elites pop up too, I am a huge Stinky Elite fan. So when I saw the elites, I lost my mind. And the flood looks absolutely fucking disgusting in the best way.
It's menacing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I literally remember
that was
saying like,
beautiful.
what is that? Like
Yeah.
the little bump, like bump, because I have never played the campaigns.
Did you just
That's a
were you
big
about to call it the
secret.
butthole door?
Yeah, maybe.
It's okay. I call it the butthole door. I knew exactly what you were talking about and what doors you were talking about.
Yeah,
to
but
make it even
I've never
better.
played it. I've never played the campaign, so like Piggy like gives me shit about this all the time because I've never played the campaigns, and he was like, off season we're playing all of them. Like I played some of the Halo 3 campaign, but like I haven't touched any of the other ones. So
Girl, my plan is to play them too. I want to play all of them.
What are
This was
they
crazy.
going to rename the bots? That's what I'm wondering.
That's what I
They're all
wondered
3,
too.
4, 3.
Oh yeah.
What are they going to rename the bots? Are they going to get
That's-
simple?
just an H and then
HS.
S.
Nah, they should
Wigglecat.
keep 343
Yes.
because
They're gonna hiss at
HS.
us.
gonna die anyways.
Wait, there's one that's like the Sammy bot. There's like
The
a Sammy
Sammy?
bot. Yeah, there's a Sammy bot, and I like
Sammy
that
bot.
bot makes me laugh every time. I'm like,
That
get
right there,
shit
that
on
energy
Sammy.
sword.
Yeah,
that.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
And the
goosebumps thinking
sound-
about it.
It was a
Yeah,
sound,
that
too.
when it
Yeah.
came, like, oh my gosh. And like I will say too, like I understand like I don't
Look at that
this is
water.
something too that I think that
I
everybody
know.
needs, it's just rendered right now, right? So it's like I am so
Right.
freaking stoked, even though it's just a render. I am so freaking stoked about it. But what's gonna make me even more stoked is when I can see a little bit of gameplay on it. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
just need
Yeah,
a
just
little bit more
a smidgen.
just to make sure that we're golden. But I'll tell you what, this as a creator too, seeing this gave me hope. Like that
Yeah.
made me feel
Yeah.
excited.
And
The-
seeing that it's coming to Unreal, I think that collectively all gave us like this big surge of just like hopeful energy too, because as awesome as like Slip Space has been, like Unreal is just going to really
Make it
elevate this
Unreal.
game. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna make it Unreal.
I
Yeah,
think
I
My
the thing
definitely
that like crossed my mind while watching this too was like, I know sometimes when we're playing, we're competing and we get a little like antsy about like, oh, there's all these issues with Infinite, blah blah blah. Like now after seeing that, I was watching and I was like, no wonder they have been a little bit slower to push out updates and
yeah.
do
Yep.
things.
hmm
They were working on this. And
This is a
this
lot.
is so worth it. Like it's so worth it to me. The game is still
I
Yes.
playable
agree.
even if we complain. Like now we know they were busy doing something. Like
I
Exactly.
so
agree.
moving
Yeah.
forward, we just got to be a little bit patient, you know what I mean? And just like not complain so much. Like chill
I
Hey,
out,
try my
guys.
best not to complain about Halo. Like I
That's so
rarely
true.
complain
Yeah.
because I love it so much and like I just feel like complaining to nothing doesn't help much in
I
like
Right?
I
positive.
I
So
only complain about ping or like my last shot not registering, and I'm like, are you serious? Like,
yeah,
or
I
I'll just miss
know.
completely, but still blame it on the game because naturally it's the game's fault, not
True.
mine.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, of course.
I
We will
always
blame it on the
tell
game all the time, for sure.
I always tell people that like because a lot of times people will come into my stream and they'll start like complaining about Halo and whatever, and I literally will be like, it takes 2 seconds to turn off the game. Like
Yeah.
if you don't like it, no one's forcing you to play the
Yeah,
game.
literally no
Like
one's forcing you.
I
they will be
agree.
fine without you, I promise. Like
And Halo will live on. Now we know. It's
exactly.
gonna live
And it'll
on, you
probably be a
guys.
better place for it
100%
without
going to
without the
go.
hater, you know?
And you know, when people come into my stream and they say they haven't played Halo in forever, since Halo 3 or it's just something in old Halo, and they see me playing and I'm telling them how much I love this game, and like I'm over here trying to recruit people to Halo, like from
Yeah.
COD.
Me too.
Like I'm like,
Yeah.
Halo just hits different. Like
Yeah.
COD does not hit like Halo. There's all this
No.
strategy, there's these cool different equipments, the graphics. It's just Halo. Like it's just its own thing. It's amazing.
It really is.
It's just another tier. So
So we're obviously all very excited about the future of Halo and stuff. So we're gonna go around the table one more time, and I want everybody to know that all of these guests right here have their own command in chat right now that is with their name. So if you do command Sarvanah, command J9ers, or command Aimee or NYDayQuill, you'll get all of their socials, as well as Dayquil will have her merch store in there. You can check out Aimee's music. That's also included with hers too. And then we have all of Sar's socials and all of Jay's socials, including Jay's gardener link. So you can also go see her gardening content, because I'm a huge fan of the gardening content. I don't know if we talked about that earlier, but she does do gardening content on TikTok, which I think is so cool and so relaxing. But before I let you all go, I just want to we're all obviously very excited about the future for Halo and what's going on with Halo. So I want to kind of just go around and have you tell people where they can find you and something that they can look forward to from you in the future. We'll start with Sar.
well, you can find me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. It's all about Halo. Oh my gosh, my voice. All about Halo. And I stream on Twitch. I am a full-time mechanical engineer during the week. So I stream on the weekends.
And she's smart.
Saturday.
She's so smart.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I stream on the weekends for fun. I host eights with the community, all great vibes, friendly competition. We do free for alls. Like it's just a great time. I try to keep the vibes always good in my stream. I just want people to come there and have a great time. And yeah, wait, what was your other question? It was where can you find us?
Where can they
And
find you, and what do you have looking forward to in the future? Like, are you doing any tournaments, or are you in any events or anything
oh,
like that coming up?
Nothing planned right now, but I have been thinking about doing something in the near future because I think I need to. I feel like it's time. You guys have inspired me, like NYDayQuill, Haley, her putting on those eights, the mini eights, I have an amazing time every
Oh,
time.
I
And
love her
like that
mini
is
eights.
so much work she's putting into that. I don't know if people realize just how much time that takes to put all that together and to reach out to everyone and like
It
organize it.
does.
And we appreciate you so much, Haley.
To get 16 yeses is hard. Like it's not
Yes.
like in reality, like 16 isn't like a crazy number, but when, like you're messaging people directly and like also trying to like bring in new community members, like it can get like very stressful and like
Mm-hmm.
it is a lot of work. And I just do it for you guys because I know we all play ranked Halo all the time, and it gives us a little like
Ow.
leeway to like meet new
What did
people
I
and
say that?
grow. So yeah, I love that.
So Jay, what about you? What can we see like look forward to in the future, and where can everybody find you?
Yeah. So you guys, I've made it simple. You can just go to jniners.com. I do have all of my links, all my socials on there, a little website. Shout out to Sin for hooking me up with beacons because they made it easy. But yeah, I usually stream right now, my schedule, since I am a student. I stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. I do try to stream like because I compete not only for Halo but also now for Overwatch. So sometimes
What?
I try to, yeah, I decided to do that this semester. It's so cool. So I will be competing. I have like so many tournaments lined up this whole weekend. Whenever I
Hell
have
yeah.
scrims and stuff like that or practice, I try to stream it. But yeah, if you guys just like follow my socials, I have so many more things, working on some merch. And yeah, that'll be coming out really, really soon, you guys. So and it'll be dope because I want it to look cool, not just like, you know, taking after Dayquil over here with that fire merch. So
Honestly, probably my
Shout out
favorite
Jarrell.
jersey. But yeah, shout out Jarrell.
yeah,
Probably my favorite
seriously.
jerseys in HCS is those. So Dayquil, what can people like look forward to in the future, or is there anything coming up with Dark Inside, or is there like if anybody's watching right now and let's say hypothetically there's someone who wants to invest in Dark Inside, where do they go? How do they contact you? What do they do?
Yeah, so first off, we're doing well, first off, we just launched a bunch of new merch on the Dark Inside page through Jarrell. The link is in chat right now. There's a windbreaker that's like a zip up down the middle and it's like perfectly aligned. It is beautiful.
Ooh.
And then we have a couple hats and stuff and a game day poster. But what you're going to see going live tomorrow is a jersey giveaway for a signed jersey
Ooh.
from all the Dead Inside boys or
That's
Dark
Oh,
Inside,
that's so
sorry, Dark
cool.
Inside. Definitely hard to sign a jersey. Give these guys props for even like doing it
Yeah.
because I was watching them. I was like trying to like hold it tight for them, and it was
Shout out to Piggy too. I saw that Piggy actually watched the Girly Spark
He
panel
did, and
he
at
was
Worlds and he
it.
we were
tweeted about
Yeah.
it. I thought that was
S-
so cool. I
Sin,
read that. I was like, "Oh my
there were
gosh."
four of like the collective of the Dark Inside team, which is like Maddie and Chaos, Piggy, Envor, Descendant, and Ezo, and Laz, the coach, who's amazing. Shout out Laz again. If you need coaching sessions, hit up Laz on Twitter. No, seriously, everyone should take a coaching session because we all don't know how to play the game correctly. But they were all there in the crowd, like when you
That's
guys
so
were all
Oh,
cool.
there, like they were so supportive and like Joker was there, that one dad, like
Aw.
he was there, like we were all vibing together. Like there was a
I
whole like
appreciate that
little
so
Dead
much
Inside
too.
like army
thank you,
there.
thank you, thank
I
you.
could, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys props and stuff and like love to you guys because like I could look out and see the tops of heads kind of, and the
I
only
was in
way
the
that
back
I knew,
screaming.
that's how I knew it was you was because when I said dark inside, I heard you in the back go, "Ooh," and I was like, oh, there she is, like.
She's alive somewhere in the crowd. You don't know.
So what about though if somebody I'm so sorry because I like kind of cut you off there just because I thought that was really cool and I just wanted to say thank you to like all of the guys. I thought that was really cool. It really does mean something when players especially like pro players come out and they like take the time to kind of check out the women's scene and just kind of check out projects that like I work on, other women work on, just because I think that when guys do that it makes it easier for other men to accept us being in the space. So I really, really, really freaking appreciate that so
These
much. But
guys were all ready to set up like the Women of Halo booth. Like, that's how, like,
Oh.
invested they were. Like, they were all ready for it. So big shout out to them for always supporting everyone in the community. And what's next for us is obviously the launch of like a merch store. So like Jarrell put this all together for us and created a couple new things. There's a tote bag. I'm like obsessed with the tote bag. But that's only going to be live for about a month because we're working along. Yeah, look at it.
Oh, I
Look
love
at
that
it.
tote
The
bag.
Isn't that tote
windbreaker.
bag sick?
That
No.
windbreaker is
Super
so
cute.
sick. Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
Love
It's like a
that.
gosh.
perfect zipper line. Like, I don't know how
Oh
Jarrell did
my
it.
gosh.
Wow. So
Yo, that
cool.
windbreaker goes so hard,
Yeah.
DayQuill.
Yeah, and then you can get a dad hat because we all need a dad hat. I know
I
Dilly
love
will
me a
want
good
that.
beanie. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
So
Isn't
good.
that so good? It's so pretty.
Shout out Jarrell. You did incredible. And shout out to
Yeah,
all
Hey,
the
big shout out
students.
Jarrell.
Jarrell. We love Jarrell.
We love him.
Jarrell, yeah, Jarrell is great. Jarrell is great. That's
Not
incredible.
piggy.
And
My
then
wallet is dying.
yeah, my wallet's currently
Well, it
dying
is
too,
dying.
staring
Mine's
at me.
already dead.
I'm
Yes.
like staring at it like, oh. And then the last one is going to be Aimee. What do we have to look forward to with you? Where can people find you? We have all your socials, music and stuff, but tell us all things Aimee. What's going on in Aimee's world?
On planet Saturn. No. You can find
Oh
me
my gosh, is that what
everywhere.
you say? Planet
That is
Saturn?
what I say. That's kind of my thing.
That is so cute.
No,
Well, do you
I'm
have a
always
community name? Like for
like
your like I
yeah.
call my people this we're the sinners, the
Yeah,
stinky little
so
sinners.
my gamer tag is Saturn Alien because we are the Saturn aliens.
Oh,
We're
I
from
love
Saturn.
that. I
Cheesy
love
maybe,
that.
but whatever. I
No,
love
no,
it.
no, I love it. 10 out of
People
10.
started calling themselves that, so I just ran with it because I'm not that creative sometimes.
No,
But
perfect.
you can find me everywhere, and I mean everywhere at Aimee Saturn. Just as my name is spelled, that's how it is. All one word, like a tag. I'm pretty active on Twitter these days, but I also love Instagram. I'm always posting my stories, so if you ever like need the good content, that's where it's at. But like I said earlier, I'm working on new music right now. Stuff that it's all very personal to me. So if you want to know any Aimee Saturn tea, you're gonna get it here soon. But yeah, I'm always working on music. I'm also doing a podcast myself where
Yes.
so I launched this podcast a couple years ago, and essentially it was just sort of like a life update sort of thing, or just topics that I wanted to talk about. But I'm way better yapping with other people, and
I
because
feel
of
that.
the community, because of the community being such a special place in my heart, and like I do feel like we need more of a space for content creators and people in the Halo sphere. I decided that I would just start interviewing some of our favorite content creators and some underrated people too, from comp players to YouTubers to people that even just do art and things like that. So I too, if you would like to be on my podcast as well, like,
Yes.
feel
Be
free to
on her
hit me up.
podcast.
Hit me up on
Be on
Twitter.
her
That's the
podcast.
easiest place. I'm always looking for people. I'm always looking for people in Halo who are just as passionate about it as we are. I just released my first episode right before I went to Worlds, and that was featuring Ubernick. I'm
Big Ubernick fan.
big. We're all
Gave me
big Ubernick
gave me
fans.
my first ever Twitch raid. Big Ubernick
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It was great getting to meet him for the interview and everything like that. And honestly, one of the funnest interviews I've done too. So that was cool. And I've got a whole slew of people lined up as well. So really, I just, I'm always cooking something. But right now, it's Halo, it's music, and that's just me right now. I'm
Woo,
just
look at that.
vibing.
Yo,
Just
I swear
vibing.
you all have to check out her Spotify
Yes,
for
you can find me
real.
on Spotify, Apple
Yes.
Music, all the places. YouTube as well for
Go.
free. If you don't want to pay me, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, so
Death by
incredible.
exposure.
But
Death by
pay her.
exposure.
But pay
No,
her.
no, no.
Incredible.
Music is for everybody. And if you want to ever have music on your streams, none of this shit's copyrighted. So feel free to use it for whatever you want. Just give me credit.
Nice.
I love that.
Adding to playlist now.
Yeah.
I love
Let's
that so
go.
much. So yeah, well, this is gonna basically we're gonna quote unquote dismiss you all, and you all are free to go for the rest of the night. But I want to say thank you all so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show. Seriously, for the first for 2.0, it's this is like my brainchild, I guess. Like everybody has their like one little passion that they like, and this is my little passion project that I like to do. So for you all to take part and come on season 2 and kick off season 2 which is going to be really big if things work out right, is it means a lot to me. So I just want to really, really thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being on the show today. And I want to thank everybody that's watching. So yeah, just thank you all. Thank you all 4 of you so much. So
No, thank you,
we're
Sin. You're
gonna
Thank you for
killing it.
having us.
You're
well
killing it,
thank you.
Sin.
You are
Wait,
killing the
I'm
game right
trying.
now.
so proud
I'm
of you.
Wait,
trying.
everyone,
Absolutely.
shout out LaSinity right now for
Yes,
welcoming us
yes,
onto the
LaSinity.
show. She convinced me to
Yes.
turn on a camera. No one ever
I
does
did. I
that.
did.
Yes.
That's
I
that's
did.
intense.
And you
You're
did great, and you
adorable.
look great, and your
I d-
headset matches your jersey, queen.
Oh,
Let's
it
go.
does. Shoot, I
Let's
didn't even
go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We all look adorable and cute,
So
and we
cute.
killed it. So
Wait, we should all pause for a photo. Hold on, ready?
All right,
Oh,
what are we
yeah,
doing for
ready?
a photo?
Hang on. Let me fix my
I
hair.
need someone to
Okay.
screenshot
Heart,
us.
heart. I like that. That was a good idea.
Oh, a heart? Okay.
Oh, heart? Okay.
Hang on.
Someone do
There we
it.
go.
Do it. All right, I'm assuming they did. Yay!
Someone probably did it.
My
I'm gonna
eyes
assume
went
someone
blurry.
did
Hopefully
it.
someone did.
I hope someone got me going like this.
I hope someone did it for sure. So, thank you all so much for being on the show. And what we're going to do now is we're gonna say goodbye to them, and you're gonna listen to me up for a quick moment. So, the next plans that we're going to do for the next part of the show is we're going to go into a quick intermission here. We're going to go into a quick intermission here, play some music for you all. And while we're in this intermission, we're going to do some talent switches, which means we're going to go to group 2 of the show, which is going to be the Women of Halo Executive Board. So we're going to get them on here. We're going to kind of talk about all the cool things that Women of Halo have coming up, cool initiatives that they're working on, and just kind of get to know them a little bit more. I think it's really important to, I want everybody to know them and who they are. So I'm really excited for this next segment. So just stick around and we're going to go on a quick break. Oh, but before I do go on this break, though, I want to do some shout outs really quick. So many follows that came in through. Quick Fuse with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Faka came in with the gifted. Omnit Rival, thank you so much. Pocky came in twice with some gifteds in here. Spartan Swag. Omni came in again with another gifted sub. We have Game Crazy John who came in here with some with I think APG is here. Oh my god, APG is here. What? And I need to make APG a lot or a mod in the live or a VIP or something for sure. Thank you so much, Brad, for coming and checking out. And thank you for wearing my shirt today. That was really cool. So Nutty Daddy too, thank you so much for the bits. Spartan Swag, Hazy, Fluff, Silent, all of you in here, thank you so incredibly much. An anonymous gifter came in and you gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much. Watsy came in. Happy 9 months, friend. I hope you're doing better. You're my dog. I hung out with Watsy all weekend at Worlds. Sarvanah, of course, Nutty Daddy, Dayquil, Yams, everyone in here who came in, thank you all so much for the love and stuff. Everything that you all are, and John, thank you for the gifted sub to APG, and Jared, thank you for the gifted sub as well. So everybody that is gifting a sub, donoing, tipping, anything during the live shows, all of this is going directly back into production for the show. My goal this year, my personal goal is to go to as many LAN events as possible, not just Halo, and to interview as many women as possible in all of the gaming community. And this is not possible without all of you. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who are showing your support, showing up right now, watching, lurking, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. So, oh, and Spartan. Swag, thank you so much for the 5 gifted right there. I really appreciate it. And just so you all know, it might take me a second to respond just because I don't have the alerts on today, just so that way it makes for a clean podcast run through. So we're going to go to a quick intermission. We're going to do a little talent switch up, and I will see you all back in about 5 to 10 minutes, maybe. Depends on how fast we can do this. And yeah, we'll continue the show. So thanks for stopping by, Ladies Night 2.0. We'll be right back.